Division of decimals. Suppose you have to divide 23.5 by 10. We convert this 23.5 into fraction. It is 235 upon 10. As it is division, so multiply this fraction with reciprocal of 10. It is 1 by 10. 235 into 1 is 235. 10 into 10 it is 100. Now we have to convert this into decimal. So as there are two zeros, put decimal so that there are two decimal places. So you must put decimal between 2 and 3. So it is 2.35. Suppose you have to divide 23.5 by 1000. Then convert this 23.5 in a fraction, and as it is division, you must change into it multiplication and take the reciprocal of 1000. It is 1 by 1000. Now multiply. So 235 into 1 it is 235. 10 into 1000 is 10,000. Now as there are 4 zeros, so there must be 4 decimal places, and for that you must increase one more places on putting 0 before 2. Now if you put decimal before this 0, then you have in total 4 decimal places as per requirement. There are 4 zeros, we must have to put 4 places in decimal, so we should increase 1 0. So the answer is 0.0235. This 0, leftmost 0 is put to see nice the number. So we may generalize, and the rule is on dividing a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, etc. That is, if you divide a number by the multiple of 10, then decimal shift to the left by as many places as there are zeros in the denominator. You can see here 23.5 divided by 10, you see that result is 2.35. So what do you see? You see that this decimal shifts one place left. So you have 2.35. Now division of a decimal by whole number. Suppose you have to divide 62.64 by 12. So 62 here, 12 5 ja 60. Now subtract, so 2, and you have to take a number from decimal part, so put decimal. Then take 6, now 26. So 12 2 is 24. Now 6 minus 4 it is 2, and 4 is carried over. Here 12 2 is 24. So put 2 here, and the answer is 5.22. Now you have to divide 0.5306 by 5. So write down now here 0. So 5 zeros are 0. So put 0 here, 5 zeros are 0. Now you have to take number from decimal part. So put decimal in the quotient, and 5 ones are 5. Now subtract. You have to bring 3, and 3. If you multiply 5 with 0, then you get if you take 0, then you have 30, and 5 6 is 30, and you may take 6, and 6 you can have 5 1 ja 5. So 6 minus 5 it is 1. Now you can put 0 here. You can put 0 after decimal, in decimal after non-zero number, and that 0 goes here. That 0 goes here. 5 2s are 10. Now subtract, you have the quotient 0.10612. Now we have to divide 0.6782 by 16. So here 0, so 16 zeros are 0. Now you proceed towards decimal, you have to take 7. So put decimal, and 16 zeros are 0, which is lesser than 7. Now subtract, you have 7. Now bring 6, 76, 16 4 are 64. Now subtract 6 minus 4, it is 2, 7 minus 6, it is 1, 8 is brought. Now 128, 16, 8 is 128. 2 is 16 you bring 20, 16 1 16. Now subtract, now 16 2 32. Subtract the put 0 after non-zero in decimal. So 5 ja, 16 5 ja 80. So the answer is 0.04 of decimal by another decimal. Divide 30.94 by 0.7. As you see, denominator has one decimal place. Make it whole number on multiplying it with 10. So we have 7 here, and above if you multiply you have 309.4. Now divide 309.4 by 7. 7 4s are 28. 30 minus 28 is 2 9. 7 4s are 28. 9 minus 8 is 1 4. Here we take 4 from decimal part, so put decimal. Then we think about quotient. So 7 2s are 14. After subtraction we have the quotient 44.2. Now second one, we have to divide 76.5 by 0.15, as denominator has two decimal places. So on multiplying both numerator and denominator by 100 to get denominator as a whole number. But when we multiply 76.5 with 100, this decimal shifts two places right. So we should increase 0. We should increase places in decimal. So we put 0 after 5 so that we have two places in decimal, and the product is 7650. Now divide 7650 by 15. 15 5s are 75. Subtract, we have 1 5. 15 1s are 15. Here 0. 0 is 5 here, 0 here. So this 0 you have to divide. So 15 zeros are 0. So the answer is 510. Now we have to divide 2.73 by 1.3. Here you see that 1.3 has one decimal place. To make it whole number, you must multiply it with 10. So you have 27. You are multiplying 2.73 with 10. So decimal shifts one place right. So it is 27.3. Now we have to divide 27.3 by 13. So 13 2s are 26. On subtraction we have 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. 3. Since 3 is taken from decimal part, so put decimal in the quotient. Then 13 1 ja 13. Now cancel. You have the answer, this quotient 2.1. In example 15, you are given breadth and area. Breadth is 2.6 meter and area is 19.5 square meter. You have to find length. We know that length into breadth is equal to area of the rectangle. Then from here we have length is equal to area upon breadth. Area is 19.50. We have to divide it by 2.6. We see that here denominator has one decimal place, so multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. So we have denominator 26, and decimal will shift one place right, so we have 195.0. Now you can write it as 195 upon 26. Now you have to divide 195 by 26. So you should multiply here 2, here 19. So you can guess what should be quotient. If you guess 8, so you have to multiply 26 with 8. After multiplication, you have 208, which is more than 195. So you can't take 8 as the quotient. If you take quotient as 7, then product is 182, which is less than 195. So you must take quotient 7. So write 7 here, and the product 182, subtract 5 minus 2, it is 3, 9 minus 8, it is 1, 0. 0 is taken from, we can proceed further. So put decimal. If we put decimal here, we must put decimal in the quotient. Now after decimal, put 0, and this 0 is carried below. Now it is 130. We think of 26 into what? It is 130. So 26 into 5, it is 130. So you have 5 here, and you got this division as 7.5. This division as 7.5. We have to find the length, so the length is 7.5 meter. Now we have to simplify. Here 16 first, we have to simplify 1.6 multiply 0.5 plus 0.4. Here it is in bracket, and we know that order is BOD mass. B for bracket, O for off, D for divide, M for multiply, A for add, S for subtract. So this is the priority order. Here off, here we have bracket. So firstly bracket is operated. If you add 0.5 and 0.4, you have 0.9. Now you have to multiply these two numbers. So multiply them as a whole number, you have 144, as there are in total two decimal places, one decimal place in 1.6, another decimal place in 0.9. So in total two decimal places. So in the product there must be two decimal places, so you must put decimal between 1 and 4. So the answer is 1.44. Now next one, 3.7 plus 1.3 of 2.6. Here off and plus two operations are there, and we know that off comes before addition. So off means product. So we take product at the first, and for that we multiply 13 and 26. We get 338, as there are in total two decimal places. So we must put decimal between 3 and 3. Now it is 3.7. Here we have 3.38. For addition or subtraction, we must have number of decimal places same. So increase decimal places so that it becomes 3.70. Now we can add, and 0 plus 8 is add, 7 plus 8 is 10. Now 1. So this becomes 3 is added with 1, we get 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So the answer is 7.08. Now here we have 7.6 minus big bracket 3 plus 0.5 of 9.2 minus 3.6 into 2.05. So here we have firstly operate line bracket, then a small bracket, then braces. This is braces, then big bracket. So here in this small bracket we have minus and multiply. So firstly multiply. On multiplication we multiply 36 with 100 205. So we get 7380, as there are in total 3 decimal places. So put decimal between 7 and 3. So the product is 7.38. Now we have to subtract it from 9.2. So increase decimal places by putting 0, and we have 9.20. We have to subtract 7.38 from 9.20. So 10 minus 8 is 8, it is 2. This becomes 2 becomes 1, so 1 minus 3 is, this becomes 11, then this 9 becomes 8. 11 minus 3 it is 8, 8 minus 7 it is 1. So after subtraction we have 1.82 here of. Now we have to multiply 0.5 with 1.82. 1.82 with 0.5. When we multiply as a whole number, we have 910, but there are in total 3 decimal places, so we must put decimal before 9. Then we have the product 0.910. So after non-zero number in decimal 0 may be removed as per requirement. So we take 0.91, 3 plus 0.91, it is 3 may be written 3.00, so it becomes 3.91. Now we have this 7.6, but here 3.91, so we should increase 0 number of decimal places. Now subtract 3.91 from 7.60, like this. 10 minus 1 it is 9, this becomes 5. 15 minus 9 it becomes 6. Now 6 minus 3 it is 3, so the answer is 3.69. 3 for minus curly bracket, 7.4 minus small bracket, 3.8 minus 1.08 bracket minus 0.4 small bracket close, big bracket closed. Minus this all are written as it is. We firstly operate line bracket, so 3.8 we may increase decimal places 1.80, so we have 3.80. Now subtract 1.08 from 0.80, we have 2.78. Then this is 2.78. Then we have to subtract 0.45 from 2.72. We have to subtract 0.45 from 2.72. After subtraction, we have 2.27. This is 2.27. Now we have to subtract 2.27 from 7.4. So increase number of places. We put in 0. So 7.40 minus 2.27, we have 5.13. So the subtraction gives us 5.13. Now we have to subtract this 5.13 from 8.34. So after subtraction, we have 3.21. Now we have to subtract 3.21 from 5.6. So we must increase number of decimal places. So it becomes 5.60. Now put decimal below decimal.